Obviously, Leo is the only guy I'm thinking about at the minute. It's a very difficult fight, but if I get through this one, which I intend to do, the Lee Selby fight is one that I want. It would be an easy fight to make. It's maybe not a massive fight in the US. It would be a big enough fight. It would be a unification fight. But in the UK, you could put that in an outdoor stadium in Belfast, and I think you could sell 25,000 tickets to that fight. I haven't boxed in Belfast for a while now. I'm kind of missing that. It's about checking off boxes and doing different things. I've checked a few boxes and I've topped bills in the States, but a big box to check off for me is to fight at Windsor Park, the National Football Stadium back home. It's just been redeveloped. When I retire, if I've boxed and defended a title at Windsor Park, I'm going to retire a happy man. Those are the words of Carl Frampton. He's, as you heard there, interested in a unification fight with domestic rival and fellow world champion Lee Selby. As long as he gets past his rematch with Leo Santa Cruz, which will not be easy, as he has said there in that particular quote. Now, if he does get past Santa Cruz, how do you see a fight between himself and Lee Selby playing out? A lot of people rate Selby highly, other people not so much. Selby's very tall for a featherweight. He's slick. He's awkward. He's quite fast. Carl Frampton much shorter, but most people would say a harder puncher. And he's fought, for the most part, at a higher level than Lee Selby. Stylistically, I think it's an interesting fight, though. If Selby can get on his jab and keep it long, maybe he can give Frampton some issues. I think that what Selby would have to try and do is make Carl Frampton come to him. But Carl Frampton, despite the fact he's short, he's a good boxer. He was significantly shorter than Scott Quigg, but Scott Quigg is not a guy who, at least not in that fight, was able to utilize his height and reach very well. Certainly, Lee Selby is better at using his height and reach than somebody like Scott Quigg. And he's, I believe, taller than Scott Quigg anyway. But still, even though Frampton gets in there with people that are taller than him, he still manages to be very effective on the outside. Again, we saw it against Leo Santa Cruz, but similarly, Leo Santa Cruz is also a tall guy who doesn't really use his height and reach effectively, kind of like a Margarito. So, will Lee Selby be able to do just that and force Carl Frampton to actually come forward and make the fight? Will he be able to use that height and reach and maybe get Frampton out of his comfort zone a little bit? Frampton can come forward and attack, but he seems more comfortable on the back foot counterpunching people. Boxing, from a strategic point of view, is all about taking your opponent out of their comfort zone, making them do things that they don't particularly feel comfortable doing, exploiting their weaknesses. Would Lee Selby be able to do that to Carl Frampton? Drop it in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. Is this a fight you're interested in? Lee Selby versus Carl Frampton. Both guys British. Carl Frampton obviously is British-Irish. He's from Northern Ireland. And Lee Selby is from Wales. I'm not sure what kind of fan base Lee Selby has. I don't think it's that big. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's that big. Carl Frampton, on the other hand, has a massive fan base, not only in Ireland, but as we saw recently, even in the United States. There is a lot of Irish Americans in the United States, particularly in the east, northeast of that country, New York, Boston, etc. So they came out in force to watch him in his first fight with Leo Santa Cruz. Massive fan base, Carl Frampton. So it would make sense that if a Lee Selby fight did happen, it would have to take place in Ireland. I don't think Lee Selby has the pull to have it happen, certainly not in Wales or anywhere else in the UK outside of Northern Ireland. So anyway, let me know how you think. Let me know what you feel. Sorry, I don't want to waffle on too long here. Drop it all in the comment section below. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.